Hey guys, what's up? If you don't know who I am, my name is Bree Ogletree. I am an online fitness coach for women and personal trainer in the Philadelphia area. I teach women how to use strength training to get a little bit leaner, build their curves, and just, fall in love with their bodies and all that it does for them. So this video is a little bit different than the other video content that I usually post. I usually post like informational stuff about fitness, nutrition, mindset, stuff like that. But I am experimenting with vlog type content, so this is more going to be of like a vlog type style video, and I'm going to be talking more about like my personal journey as I try to build my own brand and build my own programs and my own coaching business. So my first video is going to be all about why I decided to leave my full-time job and pursue this, and what I'm actually doing until it's built to, to live and to pay my bills and all that stuff. So if you're interested in that, definitely stick around. If not, I'm still going to be posting a lot of informational stuff. That's going to be the bulk of what I post, but let me know if you're interested in this as well. And if you are, give this video a like, give it a subscribe. And just let me know what you're thinking. If you guys totally hate it, then I don't know if I'll do away with it. We'll see how I feel about it. If I do actually enjoy doing this, then I might just stick with it and just tell you to skip the video if you're honestly just not interested in my life. But yeah, so I'm just playing around with some things and we'll see how it goes. The first thing is the reason why I left my full-time job. So if you don't know what I was doing, I was a fitness manager full-time for a corporate fitness facility located in the suburbs of Philadelphia. And I was there for almost 2 years, and I did everything that was involved in running fitness facilities. We had 2 on campus, so I ran both of them. So everything from the operations of it all, making sure, equipment was running properly, the facility was well maintained. I hired instructors, I did personal training, I did group exercise classes, I did tours and signed members, and so everything that was involved in running a facility, I did that on like a small scale. So we only served the companies that were on campus, so it was a private facility, so it was kind of on a smaller scale. We only had pretty small audience to work with, but it's pretty much everything that takes running a big box gym or just a gym in general, like everything you need to do. That's kind of what I did in that role, and I was there for almost 2 years. So there is a few reasons why I left, but I just want to preface that by saying that I absolutely enjoyed my job. I enjoyed what I did. I enjoyed coaching the members there. The members there were amazing. Everybody was just very supportive of one another, and I loved being at work. I loved being there. But I decided as of, like a month ago, that it was probably best for me to move on, and I'll get into that in a second. There's a few reasons why I decided to leave. The first and most important reason was because I've always had this like gut feeling that I should work for myself, and I don't know why, and it started when I was like really young. I honestly, I don't know why I've always had this like vision of working for myself, and it's changed over the years. Like I thought one time I was going to be a lawyer. I thought I was going to be a writer, maybe a doctor. These were like very brief things, but I always felt like I was going to work for myself. And it's interesting because the only person that I can really think of that owns their own business in my family is my Aunt Sherry. So I just thought it was interesting. I did really look up to her, and I still do. So maybe she had like a really big influence on me for that. But I don't know. I always, since I was younger, like maybe in like middle school or maybe in elementary school before that, I always felt this pull to like just work for myself. And I just like being in school and being around a lot of people, a lot of peers, a lot of people talk about getting jobs and doing all, you know, working a 9 to 5, going to college, doing all that stuff. And I kind of let that shape me a little bit as I was growing up. And I did go to college, and I've worked the 9 to 5, and like I still like was not satisfied even when I got this position, which is not going to be it wasn't going to be the end all be all position in in the fitness space. Like there's probably a lot of opportunities that I could have gone after this fitness manager role, but I've always felt this pull to work for myself, and I like can't shake it. And as I get older and, you know, I'm going through life and I'm trying to figure stuff out, it just keeps getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And it got to the point where I was at this job, like as much as I like it, I became unhappy. Like I began to feel unhappy. Going to work was hard for me, like every day that I went. So I just like, even though I enjoyed what I was doing, I was just like, why do I feel this way? Like, why do I keep feeling this way? Like, you love what you do. You love the people you're working with, but I kept feeling like, I'm not happy. Like I just started to feel very unhappy, especially like in the last 6 months, with my job and everything. So that was the biggest reason why I decided to leave, because I knew it was only going to get worse if I stayed there. So I'm just trying to listen to my intuition and trying to follow what my gut is telling me, even though I am terrified right now because I don't have a set plan, and I'm just trying to figure it out as I go along. So it is going to be a very bumpy ride, but I hope it's worth it because I'm technically unemployed right now. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. The second biggest reason why I left is because even though I enjoyed my job, I started to feel really stagnant in my job. It felt like in my company there wasn't space for me to grow. There wasn't a position for me to be promoted into, and it just felt like I was just gonna stay there and do the same thing over and over again, day in, day out, week to week, and there was not gonna be any changes or anything new. Like it probably would have stayed the same for the next like 2 to 3 years if I stayed there. So I thought about that too, and I was like, well, because when I first started the job, to me it felt like a lot because that was my first management role. So I had to quickly figure out a lot of things, like how to run a facility, how to even like set up the members, I set up the gym. So we had one gym when I first got there. We were opening up a second one on campus, and I was there for all of it. So I was there for the equipment orders. I was there for putting equipment together, placing things, we didn't have an instructor staff. That was up to me to figure out instructors and classes and all that stuff, and just like talking with the members and surveying them, like what kind of classes they wanted to take. So the first, I would say almost a year, I was very busy. There's a lot to do because a lot had to be figured out, and I liked that about the job because I was like, well, I don't know how to do this, so I've got to figure it out. So a lot of it was me figuring out how to do things that I've never done before. And like I said, I was on a corporate campus, so I was the only full-time staff person there. I did get a part-time person with me for a little while, for almost a year, but that didn't come until almost almost 8 months into it. So I was alone for a lot of the process, and it was just a lot of figuring stuff out, and it was challenging for me because I hadn't been, like I said, I hadn't been in that position yet to like make decisions and like do things and figure things out. So I really liked it. But once I figured everything out, I was just like kind of cruising. Like I had my systems in place. I had everything in place. And, like I said, the last like maybe like 6 months of it, I was like, well, I was doing the same things because I knew what needed to be done, when it needed to be done. I knew how people like their classes, so I had the classes all structured, all that stuff. So it just became very repetitive. Like I was just kind of like coasting, I guess. And I started to become, I don't know if the word is uncomfortable, but I was very comfortable because I knew what I had to do. But I just started to feel unsettled because I wasn't, I guess, feeling challenged enough in the role anymore. So that kind of started about 6 months ago, before I decided to leave. And at first I ignored it. Like I ignored it for a while, obviously, because I worked until the end of October. So I ignored that feeling for a long time because I was like, well, I love everybody. I like being here. I like making a difference. I like coaching. So I'm just going to keep doing it. But then as like the months kept going, it became harder and harder just to go to work. And I would still show up. I would still come there with the, smiling face and all that, like did what I needed to do. But it became very hard for me to go to work. And if you ask any of like my close friends or family, they will tell you that I was complaining, especially the last like month. Like I need to figure something out. I don't know what I need to do, but I need to do something because I don't feel good anymore. Like I don't feel good coming to work. Even though I loved what I did, I just didn't feel good going to work anymore. So that's number 2, the reason why I decided to leave. And the last reason why I decided to leave was because I felt like I've always had intuitive strength on the side. It's been called a couple other things. I started my own like online blog in 2014, and I felt like being in this position, I was putting it on the back burner, which I 100% was, and I was not putting the effort in that it needed to grow. And I'm needing to work on that now, but being in a full-time position and having to run pretty much the whole place myself left very little, I don't want to say time, because I did have time. It was more of a mental capacity to come back from that job where I'm, front facing, dealing with people all day long, trying to come up with like my own promotions, just dealing with everything with that job. It just the mental fatigue by the time I got home. And I'll also say that I'm an introvert, so dealing with people all day long is very draining for me. So not that I don't love people, because I do, but it takes a lot out of me to be with people all day long, handle, members, deal with members all day long, and coach people all day long. And so by the time I would get home, I'd just be like, I don't want to do anything. I just want to sit on the couch and like stare at the wall or something. I don't know if I'm weird, but that's how I felt. That's how I felt when I came home a lot of the time. I would still like produce things here and there, and but it just felt so like half-assed to me because I was just not like not putting the effort in that it needed. So yeah, that was number 3 for sure, that that I decided to leave, because I want to build my own brand, and I need to have the mental capacity to do it for sure. Why I decided to leave, reason number 4, I think this is the last reason, but with being a full-time fitness manager for another company, and having my thing on the side, to me, I was having like this internal like turmoil. Like I felt like I was doing something wrong, and I never signed like a non-compete or anything like that. Although the company does have it, I just always felt like I was having this like moral conflict, because that was my full-time job. That's where my attention needed to be. But I also wanted to do this thing with coaching on the side. So I was trying to build something that was similar to what I was doing full-time. And it just, to me internally, it just felt wrong. Some people are okay with that. They're okay with doing that. And I don't know, like I just felt like I had to hide it. And I don't want to feel like I have to hide, my brand and like what I'm trying to do in working with women and all that stuff. So, but at this job, I felt like I kind of had to hide it a little bit, and I don't want to feel like I have to hide it. So that was the last reason why I decided to leave. And it all kind of happened together, like all the reasons that I just described, they're all kind of happening at the same time, but those were definitely the biggest 4 reasons why I was like, okay, I need to make a change and I need to get out of this position for sure. So as of Halloween, or October 31st, I am officially unemployed, but not really. I'll get into what I'm doing now. But yeah, so I left my job last week pretty much, and this week has been interesting. So I had drill from Friday until Monday, so I kind of had like some time to like, I don't know, it didn't feel like I left yet, because I was doing what I normally do. Like I have drill every once in a while, so I go away for like 4 days and then I come back and then I go back to work. But I came back on Monday, and then Tuesday, I woke up Tuesday and I was like, I don't know what to do with myself. Like I was just like, it's been a hot mess this week, because I'm like still like catching my bearings on like what my schedule should look like, because right now I don't have to be anywhere. So it's been very interesting, and I'm still figuring it out. But yeah, I kind of knew it was gonna be like this, because I've been in the same schedule for so long. So I'm just trying to figure it out. Like I think Tuesday I slept in really late. Wednesday I woke up early. Like I'm trying to get up early, but I'm just like kind of all over the place right now. So it's okay, but we're figuring it out. Right. So if you are wondering what I'm doing right now to make money, so there's a few things, because I don't have my coaching business built up at all. Like this was just, I decided at the beginning of October that I was going to leave my job, and I just left my job. I don't have a steady client base right now, and I just was like, I need to go. Like I need to go and figure this out like now, because I'm going to be miserable in this job if I stay here. So yeah, I completely left, and I'm going to figure it out as I go. But while I'm doing that, I was looking for part-time work, which I just got hired somewhere in the city to do group fitness classes, which is awesome. And it kind of like, this is why I feel like it was the right decision, because as soon as I, put in my resignation and all that, I started looking for like part-time positions, like just teaching group fitness or something like that. And I'm very aware of the industry and the way that, fitness instructors and coaches have to earn their living. And it's usually by working at multiple places and running around like crazy. And I was prepared for it, but I came across this one company, and they're a small business, and I came across their Indeed application, and I was just reading it, and it wasn't fully descriptive. Like I didn't know exactly like what the role was. I knew I'd be teaching group fitness classes, so I was like, oh, okay, maybe they need like, you know, a couple classes here and there. But I actually ended up getting a phone interview with the owner, and it turns out that they need like 5 or 6 classes a week, plus they need like some staffing hours, so it would be about like 10 to 12 hours a week at one location. So I was just like, well, that's awesome. So I was like, yeah, that would work out really well. Like I'd be there maybe like 3 days a week or something, and then I could work on, you know, my stuff on the side. So I was like definitely interested in the position, and I ended up meeting for an interview this week, and I got the role, and I'm like super excited about it because I really like the owners. They're really down to earth, they're really chill, and they're so cool with me like building my own brand, which is, you know, it's tough sometimes to find employers who are okay with that. A lot of in the fitness industry, a lot of people have non-competes. They don't like people working at different places, and it can be tough. So I went in there full transparency, and I was like, look, I'm trying to build my own brand, but I do need to supplement, and I need, you know, I would like to do things that I enjoy. I would like to coach. So if it's cool with you, like I would love to be on your team and all that stuff. And they were completely supportive of it. So that's why I knew. I was just like, this is what I'm supposed to do. Like, I know it's not an easy path, but I knew this was the role that I needed to get. So I was very excited to get that position. So that part-time position doesn't really officially start until December. So what I'm doing now is, number one, obviously, I don't know if you've seen my social media. I'm trying to beef up my social media presence and all that. And just be out there as much as possible, because that's like the biggest battle, just letting people know you exist and that you're a coach and all that stuff. So that's what I'm working on. No, I'm not getting paid for that, I understand. But it's part of my marketing strategy. And I drive for Lyft and Uber, so I've been doing that a lot lately, and I'm probably going to be doing a lot of it for a little while until I build up my clientele. And that's fine. I've done it in the past. But like I said, it's just establishing, you know, my schedules and all that stuff, and just staying on top of it. It's being, you know, working for yourself and making your own schedule can be tricky, because if you don't feel like going to work one day, you know, so like I've done it before when I was driving and stuff, I just wouldn't go. But I need to definitely be on top of that, be on top of my schedule. So yeah, I'll be driving for Lyft and Uber. I'm just building up my clientele as I go along. And let's see, what else do I do? Oh, I do dog sitting as well, dog sitting and dog walking as well. So I will probably need to update my calendar on that, but I'll be doing that too. So Lyft, Uber, dog walking, dog sitting, stuff that is flexible. Like those jobs are very flexible. Because I can do it when I want to do it. I don't have to be, you know, at a certain place at a certain time. I understand for this part-time position I will, but it's only 10 hours a week. So yeah, just like I needed to find things that were very flexible for me, and these are things that I've been doing like on the side, like as side hustles, and you know, for side hustles they pay pretty well. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. For my brand, I definitely want to bring it to a 100% online coaching business. I understand it's gonna take a little while to get there, and but that's like my dream, to coach, do online programs. Yeah, just have a business that's primarily online. So I want to do definitely coaching programs. So whether that's one-on-one coaching or group coaching, like group programs, or, you know, just like courses on nutrition, stuff like that. So I want to do a bunch of like digital type programs. In terms of training, I do use an app called Trainerize, which is for online clients and for in-person clients, which is really cool. It's really seamless the way it's, you know, you use it, you know, I can prescribe workouts and all that stuff to my clients. They can go in, there's videos, you can see like what the exercise is, all that stuff, how many sets, how many reps, and you can like record progress in it, which is really cool. So it kind of has like everything you need to train and like see progress. It has graphs. It's really cool. So I plan to use that for like my online coaching and like my group coaching programs and all that stuff. But I do also want to make like digital courses and stuff just to teach people how, like, the habits that they need to live better and feel better and live, you know, a healthier life. So I'm excited. I know it's going to be a lot of work and a lot of grinding for sure, because like I said, I'm like starting from zero. But I just really want to do this. This is what I want to do. So yeah. I think that's it. So that's a little bit about my career progression or regression, or I don't know how to look at it. But I'm excited. I'm nervous. Like I said, this week's been a mess because I don't have a schedule. And I just need to figure it out and figure out how to make enough money to pay my bills and all that stuff, which I should be fine, but it's just nerve-wracking. But I know if I don't do this, then like I said, I would be stuck at the same job for I don't know how long. And I got comfortable, and I don't want to do the same thing for the rest of my life. And like, even with this coaching thing, like, I love coaching fitness and all that stuff, but I don't know if I'll be coaching just fitness for the rest of my life, you know? So I'm taking the leap, and I'm bringing you guys along with me. And yeah, I know I picked a tough road. I really did, but I know if I don't do it, I'm not going to be happy. I'm just not. And if I completely fail and I completely flop and fall on my face, which I'm sure there'll be tons of failures, I can always go back and get a full-time job. I can always, even if it's not fitness coaching, if I'm like desperate, like the worst case scenario is I get a freaking job. I just go back and get a job, a full-time job. So let's do this. All right, so I hope you liked this video. Let me know if you want to, you know, be in on the journey and you want to see me live my daily life. I know this was kind of just like a front-facing video, but that's another thing. If I'm going to be vlogging, I'm gonna have to get used to carrying my camera around and filming myself in public, which is a whole nother animal. But yeah, let me know if you want to see my journey, if you want to see this stuff, and I'll decide if I want to post this stuff or not. And definitely like and subscribe. I'm still, like I said, going to be posting a lot of fitness and nutrition and mindset helpful content to help you guys, help you ladies out. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'm gonna curse. I hope you don't mind if I curse, but let's fucking do this. See you later.